Anton Watson player comparisons. We got a best case and a worst case each. We're going to try and convince each other that our comp is better than their comp. You can go first for this one. Anton Watson, what's his best case scenario comp?
Best case is Haywood Highsmith, and this ties into me saying a team fit with the Miami Heat. Sort of undersized forwards who play in the dunker spot, get a lot of buckets by cutting, can like get you some steals on defense, be disruptive with their motor and their length, be a culture guy. Yeah, I think that's best case for Anton.
Okay. That is such a sad best case. That's the only reason I made that face. Like I think
He
it's
played in the
accurate.
finals last year. Didn't he have like 18? He had 18 points against the Nuggets in the finals.
I mean, I hear you. Don't get me wrong, okay? Like the Heat are a great organization, but like if God forbid, if I was entering the draft and someone said my best case is Haywood Highsmith, I think I'd like have to reevaluate some things. I'm gonna go semi lazy, but another 6'8" Gonzaga power forward comes to mind. Brandon Clark.
I thought about Brandon Clark as well. I just don't think he's like Brandon Clark was so freaking good that one year at Gonzaga and had highlight after highlight after highlight and was an above the rim type, like was a walking poster. I don't know. Maybe I'll concede it to you, but I just don't think Watson is like athletic enough or flashy enough to have a Clark type
Brandon
career.
Clark with wet socks. Like, just ignore the bounciness because they're both like tweeners that can't really
Yeah.
shoot and can't really pass. And like Brandon Clark, I guess it's worked out in the NBA for him. Like, I shouldn't write him off, but he's gone from a guy who started 16 games to like he's only played 62 games the last two seasons. He's never started double figures since his second year in the league, but somehow, some way, has averaged double figures, just cracking 10 points a game every year. Like to me, that's sort of if I envision what is the absolute best world for Anton, it's like he's not a starter, but he's productive off the bench and just kind of he's a cockroach who lingers, you know?
I didn't yeah, we I might concede. We'll get to that
Okay, we'll
with the
get to
worst
that.
case.
What's
But
what's the worst case?
Brandon Clark, hold on. Brandon Clark also finished fourth in rookie of the year voting his rookie year.
This is a
I
shitty draft class. It's a shitty class.
fair. Maybe. I mean, maybe it happens, but worst case, I also went Gonzaga tweener and said Jonathan Williams, who was like a 6'8", 4, played on the national runner-up team, really good rebounder, had some highlights where he had big time dunks, but mainly was a G League guy.
I went Micah Potter, who was like a small big that people love the passing of. And then he was not even like good in college. Anton Watson was better in college than Micah was, but he like got a shot and like played a few games and that's it. And then he was never heard from again, or at least to this point has never been heard from again. I like yours better for worst case.
Micah Potter was like pretty good at Wisconsin for a season, wasn't he? I remember thinking that he was halfway decent.
He
Like
had a
feel
great
we
Wisconsin season. Then he went to Ohio State though, and he was bad.
I thought it was swapped. I thought he started at Ohio State and went to Wisconsin.
I don't even remember, Riley. You may be correct.
Let's do Brandon Clark and Jonathan Williams just to have the two
Okay.
Gonzaga players contrasting.
I'll take that as a massive win. Thank you for watching this video. We got 74 more of these on the channel. Check them out leading up to the NBA draft. The NBA draft is coming up, and I've got something awesome for you. We are partnering with the people at NBA 2K Lab. NBA 2K is the best video game on earth. The people at 2K Lab are making some awesome stuff to make that game even more fun, and they just launched their 2024 NBA Draft Simulator, where you can find the official Sleepers Media big board. We ranked our top 75 players in this draft class. Me, Carter, Brian Ralph, Riley Davis. We did it together, and it is featured on the 2K Lab NBA Draft Simulator. You can take control of any team in the draft, play GM with just one click, and see our entire rankings before these videos even come out. Check out the link in the description of this video to try out the draft sim for yourself, and you can find more mini games at nba2klab.com/NBA-mini-games.